So, this is your first session with me. Were you attending online, or this is the first class? Videos. Okay, fine. Claire, try to cope up from here. If you have any issue, just let me know, please. So, you attended yesterday, right? Clear? आपको कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है यहाँ तक? दो क्लासेस आपने ऑनलाइन की थी या यहीं से कंटिन्यू किया आपने? कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है समझने में आपको? कुछ भी इश्यूज हो प्लीज लेट मी नो. ओके, सो shall we start? So yesterday we began to discuss about the conquest of the eastern province of Bengal. In the conquest of Bengal, we had discussed about the Battle of Plassey, one of the most important development of modern Indian history. We had discussed the perspectives related to Battle of Plassey, and then we also began to discuss about the background for another decisive conflict, which is known in modern history as Battle of Buxar. Clear? And the background was that Mir Kasim, the son-in-law of Mir Jafar, was forced to step down from the throne of Bengal just after 3 years in the year 1763, when he decided to abolish all forms of trade taxes. Clear? This was not acceptable to the British, as they wanted this privilege only for themselves, not for Indian traders. Clear? And since Mir Kasim realized that Dastaks or trade passes were being misused by the British, he decided to abolish all trade taxes together, and that resulted into conflict of interest, and Mir Kasim was also forced to step down in 1763, and British again appointed Mir Jafar to be the next Nawab of Bengal for the second time in 1763. Clear? For your brief understanding, I'll let you know. Clear? We are discussing about history of modern India. We had discussed about the arrival of European companies to India, and in this we had discussed that how British East India Company established its monopoly after defeating the nearest rival French in Carnatic wars. Clear? And then British began to have control over the most prosperous province of Bengal. We had discussed the entire episode how Bengal became a very important one, and Battle of Plassey took place, in which Siraj-ud-Dawla was replaced by Mir Jafar, who was previously the commander-in-chief of Bengal army. Clear? So we'll start with Battle of Buxar, very important one, decisive one. In mains examination, we even get a question of compare and contrast the relative importance of Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. So we'll look into comparative analysis also between Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. Clear? Till this point is clear? Anything to be asked? So what are 24 Parganas and Dastaks? Clear? Good evening, Prashant, Pari, Raghu Sarthi, clear, Harjot Kaur. What are 24 Parganas and Dastaks? Clear? This question was asked yesterday also by someone after the class, in fact, clear, when I was moving out. Let us understand what exactly do we mean by 24 Parganas and then Dastaks also. Clear? Dastaks we had explained. I'll explain again briefly. Clear? 24 Parganas. Just understand first. Clear? In fact, clear, Parganas is a unit of local administration at provincial level. We'll be studying in medieval history the one monarch who contributed significantly to the provincial administration of India was a very prominent monarch, Shah Suri. Clear? Shah Suri was an Afghan. Clear? He ruled over India almost for 5 years after defeating the Mughal Emperor Humayun. Clear? Just have a brief understanding. Clear? The first Mughal emperor in India was Zahiruddin Babur, who established Mughal rule, but he could stay in India only for 4 years, from 1526 to 30, and Babur died just after 4 years of his rule in India. Clear? Babur was succeeded by his eldest son, and that son was Humayun. Clear? Humayun ruled initially for 10 years only, 1530 to 1540, and in 1540 he was defeated by an Afghan warrior of Bihar, Shah Suri. Clear? And Shah Suri forced Humayun to leave Indian territory. Humayun along with his wife went to Iran. Clear? And a very interesting development, while he was moving towards Iran under great adversity, clear, his wife Hamida Banu Begum gave birth to a son at a place known as Amarkot in Sindh in great adversity. Clear? This child, who was born in great adversity in 1542, proved to be the greatest monarch of India as Akbar. Clear? So Akbar was initially born in great adversity when Humayun was not even a monarch. Clear? A temporary asylum was given to him by Rana Bir Sala of Amarkot, where son was born to Humayun. Clear? Humayun returned back to India after 15 years, 1555. He defeated the rulers of Sur dynasty, re-established Mughal Empire after a gap of 15 years. But he was not destined to enjoy the fruits of success. Just after re-establishing Mughal Empire, he slipped from the stairs of his library at Delhi, known as Sher Mandal. He received some injuries. He died in the year 1556. Clear? And therefore his wife, who returned from Iran, clear, she constructed a beautiful tomb for her husband that is known as Humayun's tomb in Delhi. Clear? It is the only structure which has been constructed in pure Iranian style, because Hamida Banu Begum had returned back from Iran to India. Clear? So this structure in Delhi is still a representative of Indo-Iran relationship in medieval times. Clear? When Shah Suri defeated Humayun, established Sur Empire in India, he contributed towards provincial administration. Clear? And first of all, several units, or rather the lowest units of administration is always village in India. In ancient India, we call this unit as gram, also known as gramas. Clear? Villages were clubbed together, and all large number of villages clubbed together led to another unit, and this unit is known as Pargana. Clear? And large number of Parganas combined together led to the establishment of a province known as Suba, also known as Sarkar. Clear? So these units were established by Shah Suri. He appointed officers at every level. Clear? At village level, at Pargana level, and at Suba or Sarkar level. Large number of Subas combined together formed Sur Empire. This unit or this structure was provided by Shah Suri for the first time. Clear? Therefore, he is remembered as predecessor of even Akbar. Clear? Akbar also followed the same system of Shah Suri. Clear? Now, Pargana is an intermediary unit between village on the one hand and Suba or Sarkar on the other hand. Clear? This unit, if you correspond in present time, this unit is equivalent to tehsils. Clear? Several villages combined together form tehsils. Several tehsils combined together form districts. Clear? And several districts combined together form division or commissionaries. And 8 to 10 commissionaries together form a state. Clear? These are the units as of now. Clear? And these units are also British legacy. We'll come to that. Clear? So Pargana is equivalent to tehsil as of now. Clear? So Pargana was established as unit by Shah Suri. Clear? In the province of Bengal, he clubbed together 24 such units or Parganas, and this large area came to be known as 24 Pargana in Bengal. It was a large region, it was a flourishing region for trade, and therefore after defeating Siraj-ud-Daulah, British demanded permanent surrender of 24 Pargana from Mir Jafar. Clear? Mir Jafar, being a puppet ruler, he granted permanent rights over 24 Parganas to the British. Clear? Since it was a large region, as of now in West Bengal, this has been divided into two districts known as North Pargana and South Pargana. Clear? So North Pargana is a separate district in West Bengal as of now. South Pargana is a separate district in Bengal. Clear? If you understand history from the beginning till the present time, it will become very interesting chain of events. Clear? So right now this region is divided into two large districts, in fact known as North Pargana and South Pargana in West Bengal. Clear? This region of 24 Pargana was given by Mir Jafar to the British. It's clear that 24 Pargana, Dastaks. Clear? Dastaks were basically trade passes given by Bengal Nawab only to the private traders of Britain, so that they could ensure exclusive exemption from trade taxes or sales taxes. Clear? These trade passes issued for exclusive privilege came to be known as Dastaks. Clear? So Dastaks were given to private traders of Britain, but these Dastaks began to be misused by the British traders because they ensured not only privilege for them, they also began to sell these Dastaks to Indian traders. Anyway, no revenue was coming to Bengal treasury as tax evasion took place even by Indian traders. So Mir Jafar or Mir Kasim decided to abolish all forms of trade taxes. Clear? This was not acceptable to the British, and British forced Mir Kasim also to step down from the Gaddi in 1763. Clear? And this resulted into revengeful attitude of Mir Kasim against the British. Clear? Dastaks and 24 Parganas. So weren't the Spanish ever tempted to explore east? Clear? Did they always explore west following the treaty? Yeah. The Spanish always went to the western part of the world as per the Treaty of Tordesillas. Clear? And why they will not, or why they never shifted towards eastern side? Clear? Because Spain established control over one of the largest continent of the world. That itself was a big asset for Spain, and that was South America. Clear? And we had discussed that is why even now South America, largely known as Latin America, because of Spanish culture, except one country, that is Brazil. Clear? So obviously when such large asset or large continent came under single country, that is Spain, what was the need for Spain to have other parts? And moreover, Spain could not have been able to control the other areas apart from controlling Latin America. Clear? Being a small country, how can they control even Latin America? That was a point of concern. That is why leaders emerged in Latin America. They began to demand independence, and Spain began to grant them independence as well. Clear? The most important being Simon Bolivar, who demanded independence, and therefore based on his name a new country was established known as Bolivia. Bolivia, Argentina, Peru, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay, all these are countries of Latin America. Clear? Simon Bolivar, Bolivia is a country very prominent in Latin America. So obviously Spain never tried to have control over eastern part of the world. Portuguese also could not control the western eastern part for long because Britain and France replaced Portuguese in course of time. Clear? Anything else to be asked? His original name was Farid Khan. Clear? He killed a tiger in his childhood. Clear? Since he killed a tiger, he was given the title of Sesha. Clear? So not that name. Sesha was not the name. His original name was Farid Khan. Clear? Since he killed a tiger, he showed his bravery and courage. Clear? He was given the title of Sesha. Why Suri? Because he belonged to the clan of Afghans. Afghans known as Suris. Clear? So he was known as Sesha Suri. And the empire established by him known as Sur Empire. That is Afghan Empire. Two Afghan clans came to India. One was Suris, another was Lodhis. Clear? Lodhis and Surs, both were Afghans. Clear? No. Mughals came from the region of Fargana. Fargana is located near China, Central Asia. Clear? Original homeland of Babur was Fargana. Clear? And at the age of 14 years only, Babur was defeated by his uncle Shaybani Khan. Clear? And he was forced to leave the region of Fargana. Clear? Babur tried to retain back Parganas several times. Clear? He was defeated off and on by his uncle Shaybani Khan Uzbek. He was from Uzbek tribe. Clear? And Babur thereafter ultimately left Central Asia. He came to region of Kabul in 1504. Kabul corresponding to present Afghanistan. He was there in Kabul. He never wanted to attack India. Clear? He was invited to attack India. And that invitation was given by two Indian rulers. One was Daulat Khan Lodi in Punjab. Another was Rajput ruler Rana Sanga. Clear? Rana Sanga invited Babur to attack India as they wanted Delhi Sultanate to be defeated so that they can rule over Delhi Sultanate. Both Daulat Khan Lodi and Rana Sanga. So Babur took the invitation of Rana Sanga and Daulat Khan Lodi, came to India, defeated the Delhi Sultan in the first battle of Panipat 1526. Clear? And then he went to defeat Rana Sanga also. Clear? Because Rana Sanga did not support Babur when he reached India. Clear? Gunpowder. He used gunpowder against Ibrahim Lodi also. He used gunpowder against Rana Sanga also. Clear? That is known as Battle of Khanwa. Khanwa is near Agra. Rajput ruler. He was the ruler from the region of Bundelkhand. Clear? But by this time Rana Sanga was in Agra. That is eastern India. He challenged Babur. Clear? Babur decided to defeat Rana Sanga, and this battle is known as Battle of Khanwa. He fought four battles. Battle of Panipat, Battle of Khanwa, Battle of Chanderi, Battle of Ghagra. Clear? 1526, 27, 28, 29. 4 years, 4 battles. Clear? And in the very next year, 1530, Babur died. Clear? After establishing Mughal Empire. Clear? So Mughals has their own history. Clear? We'll come to that. Clear? So concept of Pargana should be understood. It's clear? Quite interesting subjects, not boring. If you look into that, clear? Incorrect, clear? If you look into Babur's and his personality and all, clear? Babur was a very important team man, clear? It's very important for you all as well, clear? Babur was one man, clear? Who always wanted to achieve success at any cost, clear? And when he wanted to have any aim, clear? He gave his 101% to that, clear? That is why, clear? And when he achieved anything, he was known also for celebrating his success like anything, clear? That is, he was known for drinking, dancing, was a great drunkard, clear? He brought big wine jars from Central Asia also, clear? So Babur was known for two things: very aggressive when he was supposed to achieve his aim, and when the aim was achieved, he was known for celebrating also to a large extent. He brought some large drums known as Nakkara. Nakkara is known as Nagara. Nagara is played in Punjab region, clear? That's to mark community, bravery and courage, clear? So Babur was, clear? In fact, he gave very important statements also, clear? We'll come to that Babur, clear? Very interesting personality, in fact, clear? He ruled India only for 4 years, 1526 to 1530, clear? Then succeeded by Humayun. Humayun in turn succeeded by Akbar, but in between there was Sur Empire or Afghan Empire established by Shah Suri. Very important administrator, clear? And during his reign only, Malik Muhammad Jaisi wrote a work, Padmavat. Padmavat is a very important work in Hindi language, clear? So Padmavat was written during the reign of Shah Suri. Padmavati has nothing to do with Alauddin Khalji, clear? So all these are very important things to be corrected. Don't go carried by movies and all, clear? Padmavati has nothing to do with Alauddin Khalji. Padmavati was a character during the reign of Shah Suri. There's a huge gap between Alauddin Khalji and Shah Suri. No. Movies are made, don't worry about it. There are many movies which are historical blunder in itself, clear? The most important blunder in history is Jodhabai, clear? Because Jodhabai was not wife of Akbar. Clear? We'll come to this fact also, clear? Jodhabai was not wife of Akbar. Jodhabai was wife of Jahangir, his son. She was Akbar's daughter-in-law, clear? And she was only Rajput princess from Rathore clan. Clear? All Rajput ladies came to Mughals court from Kachwaha clan. Kachwahas were ruling at Amber, Jaipur, clear? And Rathores were ruling in Jodhpur, clear? Only lady to come from Rathore clan was Jagat Gosain. Jagat Gosain was given the title of Jodhabai, clear? We'll clarify all these things, clear? Okay, we'll come to all these things. First of all, coming back to Bengal, clear? So, Battle of Plassey we had done, clear? So after Battle of Plassey we'll move, just understand here, clear? After Battle of Plassey we had discussed Mir Jafar could rule only for 3 years, dethroned easily in 1760, then succeeded by his son-in-law who also obliged British by cash rewards as well as rewards in terms of territories, clear? He gave cash amount of 29 lakh rupees as well as territories of Bardhaman, Midnapur and Chittagong, Mir Kasim, clear? But Mir Kasim was also forced to step down after 3 years in 1763 and this resulted into major clash. Now understand from here, it's very important, clear? When Mir Kasim was forced to step down in 1763, he decided to take revenge against the British, clear? And in order to take revenge, he established a military alliance with two leading powers in India, clear? These two leading powers were the Mughals ruling from Delhi and second was the ruler of Awadh. Awadh was a very sensitive province, clear? In fact, Awadh was the most populated province of 18th century and at the same time, maximum number of sepoys or British soldiers, they were from Awadh region only, clear? And therefore, at the same time, when these two were major rulers, Mir Kasim established military alliance with Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II and the ruler of Awadh, Shuja'ud-Dawla, so the three powers together can defeat British in coming time, clear? This military alliance got established between three major powers, clear? Now, first of all, we need to understand why he approached Shah Alam II only, also ruler of Awadh. There were other rulers in India, and second dimension to be understood, why Mughal emperor decided to join the alliance, or why Shuja'ud-Dawla. Clear? They were not dethroned. Dethroned was basically Mir Kasim only. Clear? Why such alliance came into picture? We need to understand the equations from both the sides. Clear? First of all, Mir Kasim included Shah Alam II into this alliance because still Mughals were nominal head of entire Indian territory. Clear? So if Mughals could have participated in the conflict, it would mean the entire India is there to fight against the British, and that would give wide legitimacy to the conflict. So this was the reason that Mir Kasim wanted Mughal emperor to join the alliance. Clear? Why Mughal emperor accepted this offer? Because Mughal emperor also realized this is the last chance to revive the lost glory of the Mughals. Clear? Glory of Mughals was being affected since the death of Aurangzeb, and he realized if British gets defeated at this time, it would lead to revival of Mughal power and prestige once again in India. So he decided to join the alliance. Clear? Coming to Awadh. Clear? Mir Kasim included Awadh in the alliance because Awadh was a densely populated province, and huge soldiers in Awadh could have supported Mir Kasim. That could have led to the defeat of British forces in coming time. That was the only objective of Mir Kasim here. Shuja'ud-Dawla accepted this offer because he knew that once Bengal gets captured by the British will not stop at Bengal only. Clear? Next to Bengal only was the province of Awadh. So it was better to stop the British in Bengal rather than to have any challenge to the independence of Awadh province. Clear? So it was mutually interesting fact, or mutual interest which was involved, and this alliance came into being. Clear? After this alliance got established, Mir Kasim challenged the British forces, and this led to another decisive battle on 22nd of October 1764 in the battlefield of Buxar. Clear? In this battlefield, even though Indian powers had numerically superior military force, clear, because three powers were fighting together, clear, these combined forces of Indian powers were defeated in a single stroke by the British. British forces were numerically inferior, but was well organized and disciplined by an officer known as Major Hector Munro. Clear? So if you get a question prelims, which was the factor that led to defeat of Indian powers in Buxar? It was discipline and coordination maintained among the British forces, which was completely lacking among Indian powers. Clear? So it led to the defeat of three Indian powers in a single stroke under effective leadership of Major Hector Munro. The issue was decided within few hours, and therefore we have an exact date, 22nd of October 1764. Clear? Once Battle of Buxar took place, British went forward to take the rewards. Clear? And they imposed two humiliating treaties on two participants. Clear? These were Mughal Emperor and ruler of Awadh. No treaty was imposed on Mir Kasim because anyway, Mir Kasim was not a ruler. He could not offer anything to the British. Clear? And two treaties were imposed on Shah Alam II and Shuja'ud-Dawla. These treaties are known as Treaties of Allahabad, signed in the year 1765. Clear? First Treaty of Allahabad with Shah Alam II, second Treaty of Allahabad with Shuja'ud-Dawla, the ruler of Awadh. Clear? We'll come to the provisions of the two treaties of Allahabad signed after Battle of Buxar to understand the impact and consequences of Battle of Buxar. Till this point, it's clear. Coming to the picture of Mir Kasim. Clear? Equations is clear. Why only Shah Alam II and Shuja'ud-Dawla, and why they accepted the offer of Mir Kasim. Clear? Equations needs to be clarified. Clear? Because there were other rulers also. Because Awadh आज भी अब देखेंगे, मैं आपको बता दूं. Clear? Awadh is the region present state of Uttar Pradesh. Clear? Uttar Pradesh is one of the most densely populated state of India. Uttar Pradesh is not a state. It's even larger than many countries of the world. Clear? Uttar Pradesh itself is a country. Clear? Not a state. Clear? Okay, 80 seats in Lok Sabha. Clear? That itself means a lot. Clear? So Uttar Pradesh even now is one of the most populated state. आप आज के संदर्भ में समझिए. Clear? Even now, आज भी. Clear? Indian defense में जो maximum number of armed forces हैं वो उत्तर प्रदेश से ही आते हैं. Clear? इसलिए उत्तर प्रदेश is always a very sensitive one with respect to defense of India. Clear? आज भी today also maximum number of armed forces in India's defense is from उत्तर प्रदेश. एक भी वैकेंसी आर्मी की आती है, look into the youth who start preparing for joining the armed forces in Uttar Pradesh. Clear? Maximum number of armed forces even now is from Uttar Pradesh. Clear? This has got the history of contributing towards armed forces. Clear? Even at that time, Uttar Pradesh corresponding with Awadh had maximum number of soldiers. Clear? So obviously if these soldiers could have participated effectively, clear, British could have been defeated. That was the point of concern, a point of advantage for Mir Kasim. Mir Kasim realized if we get the support of the sources of Awadh, it would become very easy for us to defeat British. That is why he gave offer to Shuja'ud-Dawla, or the ruler of Awadh. And that was the reason, do remember here, Awadh still was not touched by the British. They never tried to conquer Awadh till the last. Clear? They conquered Awadh at the last when nothing was left to be done. Clear? Why they left Awadh deliberately? Because they knew maximum number of British sepoys also belonged to Awadh, and they knew that it will affect the sentiments and that may backfire against the British. Clear? And that happened also. Clear? Last province to be covered under company's rule was Awadh in 1856 by Dalhousie, and after few months only the sepoys of Awadh only revolted, and that marked the beginning of revolt of 1857. Clear? Political factor was sepoys of Awadh. Clear? So Awadh has always been very sensitive one. Clear? That is why Mir Kasim approached Shuja'ud-Dawla. Everything is interrelated. Clear? Understand about it's a very sensitive one. Clear? It's fine. Clear? Coming to first Mir Kasim. Clear? So what was the last sentence we wrote yesterday? Last sentence, just let me know. Mir Jafar realized the price. Please. Clear? We were supposed to start from Mir Kasim. Clear? Right. Mir Kasim. Writing continuity, because we are writing continuity. Right? Mir Kasim tried to oblige the British. Mir Kasim. Please. Mir Kasim tried to oblige the British. Why? By paying a cash price. By paying a cash price of rupees. 29 lakhs. Cash price of rupees 29 lakhs. And important regions like Bardhaman, Midnapur and Chittagong. And important areas like Bardhaman, Midnapur and Chittagong. Bardhaman and Midnapur in West Bengal as of now, Chittagong in Bangladesh. Clear? It was a part of Bengal. It was basically even in terms of gold coins. The amount that has been converted in terms of rupees after independence, we have the number of 29 lakhs. Clear? Bardhaman, Midnapur and Chittagong. Clear? Right. Mir Kasim transferred the capital of Bengal. From Murshidabad to Munger in Bihar. To rule independently. Away from British control. Independently. Clear? Right. He realized that Dastaks were being misused. Dastaks were being misused by British. And he decided to abolish all forms of trade tax, and it decided to abolish all forms of trade tax. All forms of trade tax. Clear? But this decision was not approved. This decision was not approved by the British, not approved by the British, and Mir Kasim was forced to step down, and Mir Kasim was forced to step down in 1763, just after 3 years. Forced to step down in 1763. Clear? Right. Next, British again appointed Mir Jafar. Again appointed Mir Jafar as the Nawab for the second time. As the Nawab for the second time. There's one aspect, chain paragraph. Clear? Right. Mir Kasim decided to take revenge. Mir Kasim decided to take revenge and established military alliance with Mughal Emperor, Shah Alam II, and the ruler of Awadh, Shuja'ud-Dawla. Awadh is A-W-A-D-H, and the ruler of Awadh, Shuja'ud-Dawla. Ruler of Awadh, Shuja'ud-Dawla. Clear? Three powers together, clear, but not known as triple alliance. Clear? We'll come to triple alliance separately. This alliance is not known as triple alliance. Do remember, they can give you two traps. Clear? His statements are given in prelims. Clear? Triple alliance was established by Hyder Ali with Marathas and Nizam of Hyderabad. Why it is known as triple alliance? Because when this alliance was established by Mir Kasim, he was not a ruler. Clear? Formal alliance established only by ruling monarchs. Clear? Mir Kasim was not a ruling monarch at this time. So this is not known as triple alliance. Always remember in modern history, triple alliance was established by ruler of Mysore, Hyder Ali with Nizam and Marathas. Clear? This is only triple alliance, not this alliance, even though three powers are involved here. Clear? So Mir Kasim, Shah Alam II and Shuja'ud-Dawla. Clear? Right. The three Indian powers combined together, challenged the British, leading to another decisive battle, at Buxar. Buxar located in Bihar. Clear? Another decisive battle at Buxar, B-U-X-A-R, Buxar, on 22nd of October 1764. Another one-day match, 2020 in fact. Clear? Buxar on 22nd of October 1764. 22nd of the anniversary of Battle of Buxar. Clear? 1764. This is 2024. Clear? So Battle of Buxar. Right. In this military clash, clear? British forces were commanded by, his name has been asked on prelims, British forces were commanded by Major Hector Munro. Commanded by Major Hector Munro, who maintained, write the factor also, who maintained perfect discipline and coordination, who maintained perfect discipline and coordination. Munro, M-U-N-R-O, who maintained perfect discipline and coordination. This, if the reason is asked, always go for coordination and discipline. Clear? Right. This led to the defeat of three Indian powers. This led to the defeat of three Indian powers in a single stroke. Three Indian powers in a single stroke. In a single stroke. Clear? Now we'll understand the consequences. Clear? So Major Hector Munro. Clear? Always remember name. Do one exercise on your part, please. When you go back, look into previous papers, the topics that we are covering. Clear? Any question if you are not able to solve, just let me know. Clear? All the questions will be within your radar. Don't worry about it. Clear? Because all comprehensive informations we are covering. Clear? Equations is clear. Why Mir Kasim, Shah Alam II and Shujauddaulah. Clear? Now can understand the consequences. Very important one. Clear? After Battle of Buxar, please. It was not a revolt, it was a challenge. Clear? Challenge was given by Mir Sirajuddaulah also. Clear? In fact, if you look into first major revolt against the British, clear, that revolt took place in the province of Bengal. And that revolt was largely by the peasants and the workers. Clear? When huge amount of revenue began to be collected by the British, they fled from their agricultural lands. And these peasants became sannyasis and fakirs. Clear? And they led a revolt for the first time from 1764 onwards, which is known as Sannyasi Rebellion. Clear? So Sannyasi Rebellion is the first rebellion against the British, which is even mentioned by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in his novel Anand Math. Anand Math is a very important work of modern history. Clear? The first revolt was Sannyasi revolt. Clear? So Major Hector Munro. Clear? Understand the consequences. Clear? After the Battle of Buxar, British East India Company imposed humiliating treaties on, first of all, Shah Alam II and then to Shujauddaulah. These treaties are known as Treaties of Allahabad. We'll understand the treaty. Clear? First Treaty of Allahabad with Shah Alam II, provisions do understand very carefully. Clear? Under the first Treaty of Allahabad, imposed by British on Shah Alam II, British acquired an important right over Bengal province. Clear? This right is known as Diwani rights over Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Clear? So do remember, Diwani rights were not given to the British by ruler of Bengal. Diwani rights over Bengal was given to the British by Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, because still Mughal Emperor was the nominal head of entire Indian territory. Clear? So he could give this right even over Bengal as well, and Diwani rights over Bengal, Bihar and Orissa were given to the British by Shah Alam II as per Treaty of Allahabad. What exactly do we mean by this term? Diwani rights given to the British over Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Clear? Diwani rights included two components. Clear? First component in the Diwani rights was the right to collect land revenue. Clear? So all form of revenue, especially land revenue, now could be collected by British in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Clear? But revenue can never be collected without having the right to look after law and order. Clear? Because until unless you maintain law and order, you cannot collect revenue. Clear? And law and order comes under civil administration. Clear? So Diwani rights included another component, and that component was right to look after civil administration. Clear? So normally people get confused. Diwani rights only means right to collect revenue. No. Diwani rights also mean right to look after civil administration, because without this right, revenue collection can never be done. Clear? This right over Bengal, Bihar and Orissa was given to the British by Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. This was one thing, clear? At the same time, under this Treaty of Allahabad, it was made clear, Mughal Emperor and his royal family, clear, shall not stay in the royal palace, that is Red Fort at Delhi, clear. This royal family will be shifted from Red Fort at Delhi to Red Fort at Allahabad, clear. And when they will stay at the Red Fort at Allahabad, Mughal emperors will not be allowed to collect any tax or revenue from the people, clear. To look after the livelihood of the Mughal family, clear, fixed amount would be given by British East India Company, clear. And this amount was termed by British as pension for Mughal emperor, clear. Why they use the term pension? Just to give a message, Mughal emperor by this time was a retired fellow, not capable of any productive work. Therefore, they didn't use the word salary, they used the word pension to indicate retired capacity of Mughal emperor at this time, clear. So Mughal emperor, from being the most important monarch of India, became a pensioner, that too of a private trading company in India, which was deplorable condition for the Mughals, clear. These all provisions were decided in the first Treaty of Allahabad, clear. Second Treaty of Allahabad was imposed on Shuja-ud-Dawla, and as per this second Treaty of Allahabad, first of all, Shuja-ud-Dawla was declared to be responsible for Battle of Buxar. Not Mir Kasim, not Shah Alam II. Clear? Why? Because maximum number of soldiers were provided in the Battle of Buxar by Shuja-ud-Dawla. Clear? Because he had large number of population. Clear? Since Shuja-ud-Dawla was declared to be responsible for Battle of Buxar, he was asked to pay all compensation to the British suffered because of losses in Battle of Buxar. Clear? And Shuja-ud-Dawla was asked to pay at least 5 million rupees to the British as war compensation. Clear? So 5 million rupees were to be paid to the British by Shuja-ud-Dawla as war compensation. Clear? At the same time, Shuja-ud-Dawla was also asked to surrender regions of Allahabad and Kara, because these regions were to be reserved for Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, shifted from Delhi to Allahabad. Clear? And more importantly, clear, under Treaty of Allahabad, British made it clear that from now onwards, in the capital city of Awadh, that is Lucknow, British officer along with soldiers will stay permanently to monitor the activities of Shuja-ud-Dawla. In case Shuja-ud-Dawla does not follow British orders, the province could be annexed at any time. Clear? This concept of placing a British officer permanently in the headquarters of any province, clear, this later developed into a new system. This system that came to be known as subsidiary alliance system, which was drafted later on by Lord Wellesley. Clear? In fact, rudimentary subsidiary alliance was first imposed in Awadh only when a British resident or officer was posted in the headquarters permanently, which became one of the major provision of subsidiary alliance system, which was later modified and formalized by Lord Wellesley as Governor General of Bengal. Clear? This major developments took place as per two treaties of Allahabad. Clear? Now, if we look into these provisions, one thing is very clear. Battle of Buxar had not only economic consequences, it had political consequences, and that had meaning for entire India because it affected the position of Mughal Emperor. Clear? But if we look into consequences of Battle of Plassey, clear, Battle of Plassey had only economic consequences, that too confined only to one province of Bengal. Clear? So if two battles are compared, it can easily be concluded Battle of Buxar was more decisive than Battle of Plassey, as Battle of Buxar had economic and political consequences for entire India, not only for single province of Bengal. Provisions are clear. Two treaties of Allahabad, one with Shah Alam II, another with Shuja-ud-Dawla. Is the concept Diwani clear? We'll be using this concept later on. Clear? With this concept, we'll understand the phenomena of dual government. Clear? So, Diwani rights mean right to collect land revenue, right to look after civil administration. Clear? These two powers, as of now, is given to an important officer in India. From this concept of Diwani, an officer emerged in India under British rule, and this officer is known as District Collector. Clear? District collector was a post directly created under British India Company. Collector has the right to collect revenue apart from maintaining law and order or civil administration. Clear? So Diwani rights is right now owned by district collector in the state administration of India. It's clear? Coming to this, write about this, please. Please. See, again, I'll let you know. If you get a question that Battle of Plassey was a skirmish, Battle of Buxar was a real clash. Clear? If you get this question, clear? Halaki, I will let you know, the chances are less because even Battle of Buxar was not a clash. Clear? Because Battle of Buxar also, there was no coordination among the three camps. There were separate camps of Mughals, separate camp from Bengal, separate camp from Awadh. And since they did not have a unified agenda, it became much easier for Major Hector Munro to defeat them easily. Clear? But if you get this question, clear? Obviously, Battle of Plassey was a mere skirmish because large number of soldiers did not participate. Clear? Only some soldiers fought on behalf of Mir Madan and Mohan Lal. So it was a mere skirmish. It was a kind of commercial deal. But Battle of Buxar was a kind of clash because three powers, that two the big powers came together on a common battleground against the British. Clear? And they decided to fight, even though they did not fight with unified agenda, but they fought against the British, which was not even the case in Battle of Plassey. Clear? So if you compare these two things, you can easily conclude that Battle of Plassey was a mere skirmish. You have to explain Mir Madan, Mohan Lal and the betrayal of Mir Jafar. And then here you will say that three powers at least placed the forces in the battlefield of Buxar and they fought against the British, even though not on unified agenda. That has to be compared. Clear? So forces at least were in the battleground. In Battle of Plassey, that forces were also not there. It was a skirmish. Clear? Please. Coordinated. अगेन आई लेट यू नो. क्लियर? रखते थे वो डिसिप्लिन में ही रखते थे. क्लियर? लेकिन यहाँ पे डिफरेंस क्या है मैं आपको बता दूं. क्लियर? डिफरेंस ये है कि बैटल ऑफ बक्सर को आप समझने की कोशिश करें. तीन कैंप्स बने हैं अगेंस्ट द ब्रिटिश. एक कैंप मुगल्स का है, मुगल फोर्सेस का है. एक कैंप अवध का है, एक कैंप बंगाल से है. क्लियर? लेकिन अगर आप बैटल लड़ रहे हैं अगेंस्ट अ कॉमन एनिमी, तो सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है? आप तीनों के बीच में भी एक यूनिटी, एक कोऑर्डिनेटेड प्लान ऑफ एक्शन होना चाहिए. क्लियर? लेकिन अगर वो कोऑर्डिनेटेड प्लान ऑफ एक्शन नहीं है, तो आपके अंदरूनी डिसिप्लिन हो सकता है. मुगल्स में अपने अंदर डिसिप्लिन हो सकता है, अवध में अपनी डिसिप्लिन हो सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर उनके आपस में कोई अगर कोऑर्डिनेशन स्टैब्लिश नहीं होता है, तो आप मिलकर अगेंस्ट ब्रिटिश फोर्सेस कैसे लड़ेंगे? क्लियर? तो पॉइंट हियर वाज कोऑर्डिनेशन अमंग द थ्री कैंप्स वाज मिसिंग. इंटरनली उनके बीच में पूरा डिसिप्लिन, पूरा डिसिप्लिन है, पूरा कोऑर्डिनेशन है. लेकिन अगर तीन कैंप्स बने तो उनके बीच में कोऑर्डिनेशन भी होना बहुत जरूरी है. क्लियर? वो कोऑर्डिनेशन इंडियन पावर्स में नहीं दिखता. वो क्यों नहीं दिखता? ये रीजन भी आपको समझना है. द रीजन इज दैट स्टिल parochialism or regionalism was very strong in India, but nationalism was completely missing in India, and that was the single most factor that led to the defeat of Indian powers. Clear? अगर nationalism होता, कि common agenda होता, तो ये दोनों आपस में coordination रखते, लेकिन nationalism नहीं है, regionalism बहुत strong है. आज भी क्या है? अगर forces महाराष्ट्र के अलग लड़ेंगे, कर्नाटका के अलग लड़ेंगे, केरला के अलग लड़ेंगे, तो कोई भी शक्ति उनको डिफीट कर सकती. लेकिन अगर वो इंडियन फोर्सेस के तौर पर लड़ेंगे कोऑर्डिनेशन के साथ, इट वुड बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डिफीट देम. Unity was very important. That unity was missing among Indian powers. So regionalism तो बहुत strong है, nationalism completely absent. No, more among Indian powers. British के पास बहुत कम soldiers थे. Clear? तब भी मेजर हेक्टर मुनरो 3 Indian powers को defeat कर पाते हैं. Discipline and coordination. Clear? British forces were numerically inferior. Clear? Right? Treaty of Allahabad. Clear? Right? After the Battle of Buxar, Mir Kasim not assassinated, rather he became rather out of the scene. Clear? He was not talked about anyway, and after some time he died. Clear? So Mir Kasim was not assassinated, he died after some time. Clear? But history does not have any reference of Mir Kasim thereafter. Right? After the Battle of Buxar, British imposed The Treaty of Allahabad, British imposed the Treaty of Allahabad on Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. British imposed Treaty of Allahabad on Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II in 1765. In 1765. Clear? Right. According to this treaty, clear, Shah Alam II gave Diwani rights. Shah Alam II gave Diwani rights over Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Diwani rights over Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Clear? Right. The Diwani rights included the right to collect land revenue, and the right to look after civil administration. One thing, major one. Right, next, beside, clear, Mughal Emperor and the royal family, was shifted from the Red Fort at Delhi, to the Red Fort at Allahabad. Clear? Allahabad. Right. Moreover, Mughal Emperor became pensioner of British East India Company. So, not even salary, they use the word pension. Clear? British is the company. 3 provisions. That was fixed, that was not decided. British said that whatever is your requirement, we'll give you. Clear? But that amount would be termed as pension, not as salary. You are not earning. You are a retired fellow, we'll give you a pension amount. Clear? Please. Later history, again I'll let you clear. Mughal Emperor became a pensioner of British East India Company from here, that is at Red Fort at Allahabad. Clear? Later on we'll see Mughal Emperor again came back from Allahabad to Delhi, and how he came back, we'll discuss that. He was brought back to Delhi once again by Marathas. Clear? So he again began to rule from Delhi, but again as pensioner only. Clear? In course of time, it was realized by Mughals that pension amount is rather a very meager amount for them to ensure their royal livelihood. Clear? And there was one Mughal emperor, Akbar II. Clear? He requested a leading Indian reformer to go to London to ask for increase in the amount of pension. Clear? This reformer was Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Clear? Akbar II only gave him the title of Raja. Clear? And asked to proceed to London because Raja Ram Mohan Roy was highly respected in European world also. He was a great expert of Christianity. Clear? He went to London to ask for increment in the amount of pension, and there only Raja Ram Mohan Roy died at a place known as Bristol in 1833. Clear? So Raja Ram Mohan Roy died not in India but in Bristol when he went to ask for increment in the amount of pension. Clear? This pension continued till the mighty revolt of 1857, and after the mighty revolt of 1857, clear, the last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was exiled from India itself, clear, not to pay any pension, and he went to the region of Rangoon, that is modern Myanmar or Burma, where he died in the year 1862, clear. That completely marked the end of Mughal Empire in India. So pension continued till 1857, but proved to be highly controversial as Mughal emperors wanted increment in pension amount as well, clear. And in the later course of time, the most important thing is death of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, just because to demand pension amount or increase in pension amount from British authority. Clear. Pension. Even Marathas also became pensioner. We'll come to that also. Not only Mughal, Marathas also in course of time became pensioner of British India Company. Maratha ruler also wanted increment in the amount of pension, and when it was denied, one Maratha ruler, Nana Sahib, revolted against the British in mighty revolt of 1857. We'll come to that. Kanpur became a very important center. So pension became highly controversial. Clear. So first pensioner was Mughal Emperor himself. Clear. First Treaty of Allahabad, coming to second one. Right, next paragraph. Right, another Treaty of Allahabad. Another Treaty of Allahabad. Allahabad was imposed on Shuja'ud-Dawla. Was imposed on Shuja'ud-Dawla. Shall I write? Clear? Imposed on Shuja'ud-Dawla. Was imposed on Shuja'ud-Dawla. Shuja'ud-Dawla, whereby he was forced to pay. He was forced to pay. He was forced to pay 5 million rupees as 5 million rupees as war compensation. 5 million rupees as war compensation. Clear? Compensation. Right, beside B-E-S-I-D-E, beside, he was asked to surrender. He was asked to surrender the regions of Allahabad and adjoining region. Asked to surrender the region of Allahabad and Kara. K-A-R-A, Allahabad and Kara, for Mughal Emperor. Adjoining region, close region, clear? Allahabad and Kara for Mughal Emperor, clear? Right, moreover, he was supposed to accept. Moreover, he was supposed to accept a British officer. He was supposed to accept a British officer in his headquarters permanently. In his headquarters permanently. Clear? Later on we'll come to this point. That took the form of subsidiary alliance system. Clear? So all these things. Why British officer? Just to monitor the activities of Shuja'ud-Dawla. Clear? It amounted to attack on internal autonomy of Awadh province by British. Clear? So all these provisions under Treaty of Allahabad. Political also, economic also. Now we'll have comparison between Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey. Clear? Chain paragraph. Like if consequences of Battle of Buxar, are closely analyzed, it indicate political as well as economic consequences. For large parts of Indian territory. You have to explain all the thing, all the provisions. Clear? Parts of Indian territory. Clear? Right. At the same time, Battle of Plassey had only economic consequences, confined to Bengal. You can write about the treaties imposed on Mir Jafar, clear? Confined to Bengal. Right, therefore it can be concluded that Battle of Buxar was more decisive than Battle of Plassey. You have to write all the consequences, clear? If you get this trend, this perspective is important, clear? Battle of Plassey, clear? So, two major battles, Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey, clear? Now, after this, just understand, clear? Meanwhile, when all these developments were taking place in 1765, another development took place in Bengal, clear? In the year 1765, the Nawab of Bengal, Mir Jafar, died. Clear? Mir Jafar was made the Nawab for the second time in 1763 as a natural death. He died in the year 1765. Clear? When Mir Jafar died in 1765, he was replaced by his son by the British known as Najm-ud-Dawla. Clear? He became the next Nawab of Bengal in 1765, and with him also British concluded an agreement. Clear? Do understand very sensitive thing from here. Clear? This agreement was that British wanted to have control even over criminal administration of Bengal. Clear? They already had Diwani rights, that is control over civil administration and revenue collection. Now they wanted to have right over criminal administration as well. Clear? The Nawab of Bengal looked after criminal administration of Bengal through an important officer known as Deputy Subedar or Naib Subedar. Clear? And this officer could be appointed only by Nawab of Bengal and could be dismissed only by Nawab of Bengal. So Nawab maintained complete control over criminal administration through Deputy or Naib Subedar. Clear? When agreement was signed with Najm-ud-Dawla, British made it clear that from now onwards the power to nominate, appoint and dismiss Deputy Subedar will be overtaken by the British. Clear? So from here, British, in order to have criminal administration under the command, they took the power of nominating, appointing and even dismissing Deputy Subedar in Bengal. Clear? With this agreement, British emerged to be the real masters of Bengal because they already had Diwani rights, not they had right over criminal administration as well. Clear? So they emerged to be the real masters of Bengal, and Bengal Nawab remained to be only a formal head of Bengal. Clear? And from here, two authorities began to rule over Bengal simultaneously. Clear? One was British with all power without any responsibility. Clear? And the Bengal Nawab with all the responsibility but without any authority. Clear? When two entities began to rule over a single province simultaneously, this arrangement in history is known as dual government of Bengal. Clear? So Bengal began to witness a dual government because two authorities began to rule over Bengal at the same time. Clear? British emerged to be the real masters with all authority without any responsibility. Clear? Bengal Nawab was reduced to a formal head with all responsibility but without any authority. Clear? This arrangement is known in modern history as dual government of Bengal, which was established in 1765 and that continued till 1772. And in this period of dual government, since British had all authority without any responsibility, they went on exploiting the resources of Bengal, they went on plundering the resources of Bengal. Clear? And at the same time, just because of this thorough plunder, Bengal was reduced to an impoverished province within few years. Clear? And in the year 1770, a severe famine broke out in Bengal. Clear? And during this famine, at least 1/3 of the total population of Bengal got wiped away. Clear? Bengal from mine of 1770 became a matter of discussion all across the world. Clear? And at this critical time, British East India Company needed to provide relief and rehabilitation to the people as well, and for this they needed some amount of fund. Clear? But British East India Company never had any contingency fund in India. Clear? Whatever they earned, they sent it back to their own country to be given to court of directors or the shareholders of this company. Clear? So since there was no contingency fund in India to deal with such calamity, clear, this company decided to request a loan amount from British government and Parliament in London. They were the only one who could have provided loan to the British. Clear? They demanded loan assistance from British government and Parliament in London. Clear? And this provided enough opportunity to British government and Parliament to start regulating the affairs of this company. Clear? British Parliament made it clear, we will provide you the loan amount, but at the same time we will start regulating and monitoring the affairs of company also and court of directors in London as well. Clear? And with such objective in mind, British parliamentarians enacted the first legislation to monitor and regulate the affairs of company and court of directors, and this legislation is known as the Regulating Act of 1773. Clear? And from here, no interference of British Parliament started into this private trade, and this was started with Regulating Act of 1773, and from here gradually major powers and privileges of both the company and the court of directors began to be taken over by British parliamentarians in London. Clear? This is the background of the first legislation known as Regulating Act of 1773. Clear? Is this clear? Dual government is clear. Now one thing from examination perspective, make it very clear. Clear? Modern history is quite predictable in nature if we look into previous papers. Clear? One question is bound to be there every year, both in prelims and mains, from these legislations. Clear? No one can stop the question from this topic, because you will get one question regularly, or rather every year in the examination. Clear? Starting with Regulating Act, ending with Government of India Act 1935. Clear? This time the question was on Government of India Act 1935. Clear? Last year was a question on Charter Act of 1833. Clear? Every year you will get one question for sure from these legislations. Background, provisions, implications should be very clear. Clear? So background of the first legislation is loan assistance demanded by British East India Company, and this provided opportunity for British parliamentarian to control or regulate the affairs of this company, and the act therefore was named as Regulating Act of 1773. It's clear, the background. Clear? Right, first of all, dual government. Clear? Please. Oh. Great, huh? They are fighting the wars. Clear? The company started to fight the wars because company became a profitable company. Company began to recruit Indians only as the soldiers, known as Indian sepoys. Clear? The great irony is that a private trading company conquered large parts of India with Indian forces only. Clear? And why this Indian sepoys supported the British? Clear? Indian sepoys were not guided by any sense of nationalism. Clear? Sepoys from Bengal never hesitated in defeating the forces of Marathas. Clear? Sepoys from Maharashtra region never hesitated in defeating the forces in southern part of India. Why? Sense of modern nationalism was not there. Sense of regionalism was strong. Clear? And British capitalized on this idea very well. Clear? So they recruited sepoys from different parts of India. If the sepoys were from Bengal, they used the sepoys in other parts like Mawad. Clear? When the sepoys were from Mawad, they used them against Punjab. Clear? When the sepoys was from Punjab, they used them in southern part of India. Clear? Because they were very well aware that these sepoys only can help them to emerge as political power. Clear? So without any British force from London, they conquered India with Indian sepoys only, and this was largely due to lack of modern nationalism. Indian company. Because the reason is clear. Why Indian company? Because Indians at this point of time was ruled by autocratic monarchs. Clear? So business also was done by the monarchs only, like the Mughals. Clear? So there was no concept of promoting companies on modern lines. Clear? Dual government. First of all, we'll write about the death of Siraj-ud-Dawla. Clear? Right, next paragraph. In 1765, in 1765, clear? 1765, clear? 1765, Mir Jafar died. Mir Jafar died and was succeeded by son. Najm-ud-Dawla. And was succeeded by son Najm-ud-Dawla. Succeeded by son Najm-ud-Dawla. Najm-ud-Dawla, clear? Who was forced to sign another agreement. Who was forced to sign another agreement. Clear? Right. British acquired the right. To nominate, appoint, and dismiss. Deputy Subedar who looked after criminal administration of Bengal. Indian person, clear? Who looked after criminal administration of Bengal. Clear? Bengal. Right. With this right, British emerged to be. With this right, R-I-G-H-T, with this right, British emerged to be the real masters of Bengal. British emerged to be the real masters of Bengal. With all authority. And without any responsibility. Clear? Right. The Nawab of Bengal became just a formal head. The Nawab of Bengal became just a formal head with all responsibility, but without any authority. Clear? Authority. That this arrangement in modern history, is known as the dual government of Bengal. No, Darki is different. Don't get confused with Darki. Darki is a different concept. We'll come to Darki separately. Clear? Darki and dual government are two different things. Clear? Dual government is clear. Dual government is horizontal division. Horizontal division means power divided into two powers. Clear? This is known as dual government. Darki is division of power into vertical line. That is One central authority, another provincial authority. Clear? There's a difference between dual government and diarchy. Dual government means horizontal division of power. Diarchy means vertical division of power into union and states. Clear? This is a different concept. So diarchy will come separately. Clear? So dual government of Bengal for 7 years. So two authorities ruling over a single province simultaneously. This arrangement is known as dual government. Clear? Now British had all authority without any responsibility. So they started to plunder the resource of Bengal without any sense. Clear? And that ultimately led to impoverishment in Bengal, and Bengal witnessed a severe famine in 1770, and this famine resulted into 1/3 of the population being wiped away in Bengal. That became a matter of discussion all across the world. Clear? In fact, with establishment of British rule, there was increase in famines in India, and these famines affected large number of people. How are famines caused? What is the real reason for famines? What is the real reason for famines? How do famines take place? Inefficient food production, inefficient food production, economic stagnancy, more collection of taxes. It leads to famines. Okay. Any other idea? Easy? Disease. Overuse of land will lead to loss of fertility. First of all, famines is caused by natural reasons or man-made factors. First is this only. Is famine caused by man-made factors or natural factors? Natural factor. I'll let you know. Just understand. If you look into previous year paper, last to last year there was a question in mains examination. Why was there spurt in famines under British rule in India? Clear? There was increase in famines under British rule. Clear? First of all, make one thing very clear. Famines is caused by natural factors. Clear? But effects of famine can be aggravated because of man-made factors. Clear? So famines, what are the reasons? Clear? The most important reason for famines can be obviously loss of fertility of the soil, floods also, drought also. Clear? Famines is a phenomena whereby people get affected due to non-availability of food grains. Clear? So famine is a situation whereby large number of human casualty takes place due to lack of availability of food grains. It is largely because of natural factors, droughts, floods, or other factors as well. Clear? This is famine. But due to man-made factors also famine may take place and effects can be exaggerated. Clear? And under British rule, famines was largely related to natural factor, but effects was aggravated due to man-made factors. Clear? And among the man-made factors, the most important factor was commercialization of agriculture, whereby in place of food grain production, British forced the people to cultivate cash crops. Clear? Cash crops including indigo, cash crops including the sugar cane, in cash crops including cotton. Clear? These cash crops replaced the cultivation of food grains. So obviously less and less food grains were available, and in case of any natural calamity, people began to die due to unavailability of food grains. This situation is known as famine. So famine is essentially caused by natural factors, but effects of famine can be aggravated because of man-made factors. And under British rule, most of the famines were aggravated because of British policies, the most important being commercialization of agriculture, whereby food grain production, share of food grain was replaced by cash crop production in India, especially cotton as well as indigo. That is why indigo revolt took place in course of time. Clear? So famines took place. Clear? Here also famine was because of natural factor. Effects got aggravated because there was no contingency plan to deal with famines, and millions of people began to die. Clear? And this became a reason for British India Company to demand loan assistance from British government or British Parliament. Is the concept clear? You need to be very clear in this concept. Clear? Don't write anything, because you have to be very cautious while you write these things. Clear? Famines are caused by natural factors. Effects can be aggravated by man-made factors as well. Clear? So this was famines. Clear? Right? Clear? Right? During the phase of, next paragraph, during the phase of the dual government, during the phase of the dual government, phase of dual government, clear? Phase of dual government, comma, British exploited the resources of Bengal, British exploited the resources of Bengal, that even resulted into a severe famine, clear? Right, almost one third famine, famine, right, almost one third of the total population, almost one third of the total population got wiped away. One third of the total population got wiped away. W-I-P-E-D. Wiped away. W-I-P-E-D. Got wiped away. And British East India Company decided to take loan assistance from British government or parliament. Loan assistance from British government or parliament. Not even court of directors, British government or parliament. Clear? Right. At this time, British parliament decided to regulate the affairs of British East India Company, and the court of directors, Clear? This led to the enactment of the Regulating Act. The Regulating Act of 1773. Regulating Act of 1773. Background is clear. You need to understand the phrase also, Regulating Act, because if you understand the logic, provisions will automatically be there in your mind. Clear? Regulating Act means purpose is to regulate, control the affairs of the company. Clear? Phrases are important. Regulating Act, Pitt's India Act, Charter Acts, Indian Councils Act, Government of India Act. Clear? Every phrase has its own meaning. Clear? If you understand the meaning, it will be very easy to remember the provisions also. Clear? So this was the background of Regulating Act of 1773. We'll come to this provision. Just understand from here. Clear? No, please. By the take, you manage on your own. That is the people, the ruler. Clear? Again, I'll let you know why they demanded loan assistance. Clear? 1/3 of the total population is a big number. Clear? Bengal was a densely populated province. Clear? And even the pictures of people dying because of hunger at this point of time began to be published in leading newspapers all across the world. Clear? So people began to question even the British authority in London. Clear? That you are not ruling India in favor of Indian masses. Clear? And therefore you need to think about Indian masses at this time. Clear? And therefore they instructed the company to take immediate measures to deal with famine situation in Bengal. Clear? Because it was affecting the prestige of British Crown, British Parliament also. Clear? And at this point, since no option was available, British India Company demanded loan assistance. They said that we can deal with this situation only if financial support is given to us, because no contingency fund is there with British India Company. Clear? And therefore British India Company, while demanding this, Fine. They also gave a statement, clear? We are signing on our death warrant, clear? Why death warrant? Because they knew from here British Parliament will intervene into the affairs of this exclusive private trade, and in course of time all powers will get overtaken by the Parliament, clear? So they knew that they are signing the death warrant, but since no option was available, they had to take the loan assistance from British government or Parliament, clear? While giving loan assistance, British Parliament also made it clear, we want something in lieu, and from here we'll start regulating the affairs of this company and court of directors in London. So from now, it was not to remain only as exclusive private trade. Now government intervention was to start, and this government intervention started with enactment of Regulating Act of 1773. Clear? Logic is clear. Why this act, or why this was the demand for loan amount? Clear? Now understand the provisions, please. Why didn't people revolt in Britain? In India, people began to revolt. That is why from 1763 we'll see Sannyasi rebellion began to take, but these rebellions were easily suppressed by the British, clear? Because it was developed in only pockets. It was not a very popular one where all the people participated, clear? Wherever there were few people, they were suppressed by the British with superior military power, clear? But revolts began to take place in Bengal, clear? We'll come to peasant and tribal revolts that started from here itself, clear? Why the people did not revolt? Because in the Treaty of Allahabad, the forces of Allahabad had been defeated, Awadh had been defeated. Once the forces had been defeated, they have to accept the demands of the victorious power. British were the victorious power, they dictated their terms. It was basically because forces of Awadh had been defeated. Coming to Regulating Act of 1773, just understand this act, clear? Provisions are very important, you get questions off and on, that's a very important predictable topic, clear? Now coming to Regulating Act, first of all, when British Parliament began to decide about the provisions of Regulating Act, the first thing they did was they abolished the dual government of Bengal, clear? So dual government of Bengal was abolished in 1772. Now what does it mean, clear? When we said that dual government was abolished, it means not only the rule of British the company, even the rule of Bengal Nawab was abolished over Bengal province, clear? So dual government was abolished in 1772 and Regulating Act was passed in 1773, whereby they made arrangements for proper administration of Bengal, clear? And under the provisions of Regulating Act, it was decided that there would be a special officer to look after the administration of Bengal, and this special officer was to be designated as Governor General of Bengal, clear? So under Regulating Act, provision was made that Governor General of Bengal will look after entire administration of Bengal, clear? The provision was made by British Parliament, but Governor Generals could be appointed only by court of directors, because still it was a private company, clear? So, but provision was made here by British Parliament, clear? Now one Governor General or a single officer could not look after the entire administration of Bengal. It was a large province, clear? In order to assist Governor General, provision was also made to appoint 4 other members to be known as councillors, clear? And these councillors will assist Governor General in the discharge of duties and responsibilities, clear? And this entire body comprising of 1 Governor General and 4 councillors, this body was to be named as Governor General's Executive Council, to be established at Calcutta, clear? Even though this body was known as Governor General's Executive Council, this council was even given legislative powers as well, because there was no separate legislature in Bengal, clear? And in order to legislate, in order to make any laws, the process was also decided under Regulating Act, clear? If any administrative proposal was introduced in the Executive Council, it was to be decided only by 4 members. Governor General was to remain only as neutral observer, clear? It was to be decided by 4 members, and the process of principle on which the resolution could be passed, it is known as majority consensus. Majority consensus means If the proposal was supported by all the four, it could be passed. Even if it was supported by three, it could be passed on the principle of majority consensus. If it was supported only by one, opposed by three, it could mark the end of proposal at the time. Clear? But in case there was equally divided opinion among the councillors, that is, two members supporting the proposal, two members opposing the proposal, clear? Then in that scenario, Governor General was authorized to use his power of casting vote or decisive vote to resolve the constitutional deadlock. Clear? So Governor General was given the power of issuing casting vote to resolve constitutional deadlock, which has been carried forward even in Indian Constitution, which has been given to both the Speaker of Lok Sabha as well as the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Clear? This was first introduced under Regulating Act of 1773. Clear? At the same time, clear, under Regulating Act of 1773, the presidency towns of Bombay and Madras, clear, they were just towns at this time, clear, the presidencies of Bombay and Madras were subordinated to Presidency of Bengal. Clear? So they were subordinated, not clearly defined, but it was made clear they are subordinate to Presidency of Bengal at Calcutta. Clear? This was third provision. Fourth important thing, clear, in order to decide the judicial matters related to British nationals in Bengal, provision was made to establish an apex judicial body in Bengal, and this apex judicial body was established in form of the Supreme Court at Calcutta. Clear? This Supreme Court was established at Calcutta in 1774 with Elijah MPS, the first Chief Justice. Clear? And this court was established primarily to deal with cases concerned with British nationals, not with Indian nationals. Clear? These provisions were made. And lastly, to regulate the affairs of Court of Directors in London, Regulating Act made it clear the numerical strength of Court of Directors cannot be more than 24 under any circumstances. Clear? So numerical strength of Court of Directors in London was fixed to 24, so that it could be kept under parliamentary control in London. Clear? These were the provisions made under Regulating Act of 1773. Provisions are clear. Okay, write about these provisions. Clear? Write heading as, clear, the Regulating Act of 1773. Governor General, clear, with consent of the British Parliament. The rule of Nawab also came to company began to continue to rule, but company was to be headed by the Governor General. Governor General to be nominated by Court of Directors in London. Clear? Still it was a private company, so authority was with Court of Directors. Judicial rights of India, that's why it became controversial, because in course of time this was a major limitation. Indians began to protest that they can be tried only under their own laws, which was decided by Brahmins and the ulemas. Clear? And that is why in the next major act, the jurisdiction of Supreme Court was confined only to Calcutta. Clear? That was under Pitt's India Act of 1784. Clear? Write about the provisions. Write heading as the Regulating Act of 1773. Write a generic line. You have to start the line with generic introduction. Like the Regulating Act of 17. I'll come to the question, online students, don't worry. Clear? The previous question, we'll discuss that, don't worry. Clear? Right, the Regulating Act of 1773 was the first legislation enacted by the British Parliament, to control the affairs of the company, and the Court of Directors. They were the stakeholders. Clear? Right. Under the provisions under the provisions of this act, under the provisions of this act, Bengal was to be administered by, Bengal was to be administered by a governor general, administered by a governor general, and assisted by four members, or counselors, clear? 4 members or counselors. Right, the whole body was to be named as, governor generals, executive council, First major arrangement done, clear? Change paragraph, clear? Right, the executive council was supposed to look after, legislature, to enact administrative proposals, administrative proposals. Like in this process, principle of majority consensus, clear? Principle of majority consensus was to be applied. Principle of majority consensus was to be applied. I hope you understand this principle. Consensus was to be applied. Clear? Right. In case of equally divided opinion, Governor General was authorized to use casting vote. Clear? To use casting vote. Principle is clear? 2 members supporting the proposal, 2 members opposing the proposal. Casting vote. Change paragraph. Clear? Right, next, clear? Right. The presidencies of Bombay and Madras, were subordinated to Bengal. Clear? Not clear definition, but it was loose subordination of Bombay and Madras. Change paragraph again. Clear? Right. In order to try cases of British nationals, provision was made to establish provision was made to establish an apex judicial body, at Calcutta. Only for British. Apex judicial body at Calcutta. Clear? Right. It was established in form of the Supreme Court at Calcutta, in form of the Supreme Court at Calcutta in 1774. Supreme Court at Calcutta in 1774 with Elijah MP as the first Chief Justice. Clear? Chief Justice. We'll come to that. Don't worry. Clear? Elijah MP as the first Chief Justice. Right, next paragraph. Finally, we'll come to Governor Generals. Finally, the numerical strength of the Court of Directors in London. The numerical strength of the Court of Directors in London was fixed to 24. Just to keep them under control, was fixed to 24. All provisions under Regulating Act. Provisions are clear. These are the provisions under Regulating Act. Clear? Now after this, just understand. Clear? The major concept in modern history. Clear? Most of the questions in modern history can be corrected if you know about the tenure of Governor Generals. Clear? Two trends are there in UPSC prelims. Clear? On the one hand, the trend is they will give you 4 or 5 events of modern India on the one side, and they will give you a list of Governor Generals. They will simply ask you to match. Clear? This, if you know the tenure, it will become easy for us. Clear? At the same time, the second trend is direct question. They'll ask you one major development of modern history. They will ask you who was the Governor General of Bengal or who was the Governor General of India. Clear? So if you know the tenures, most of the questions can easily be corrected. We'll have the list of Governor Generals of Bengal and Governor Generals of India till the mighty revolt of 1857. Clear? Don't have to memorize anything. Have this list with you. We'll be using this list throughout this discussion on modern history so that everything gets memorized in the class itself. Clear? But have this list. We'll be referring to this list off and on. You can refer to this list in course of our discussion to correlate the tenure of Governor Generals because they played the most important role. From here, we'll understand about the Governor Generals and their tenure, initially known as Governor Generals of Bengal, and then they came to be known as Governor Generals of India. Clear? When this got changed, we'll come to that period also. Clear? So list of Governor Generals of Bengal. Clear? Just have this list with tenure. Clear? Right heading as the list of Governor Generals of Bengal. The list of Governor Generals of Bengal. List of Governor Generals of Bengal. The first one was Warren Hastings, 1773 to 1785. For 12 years. Warren Hastings, clear. 1773 to 1785. Clear. Second Governor General was Lord Cornwallis, 1785 to 1793. Lord Cornwallis, father of modern administration. Clear? Lord Cornwallis. Third is Sir John Shore, 1793 to 1798. Sir John Shore. Clear? Fourth one is Lord Wellesley, 1798 to 1805. Lord Wellesley, subsidiary line system was started by him. Clear? Lord Wellesley. Fifth one is Sir George Barlow, 1805 to 1807, only for 2 years, acting Governor General, Sir George Barlow. Sixth is Lord Minto, 1807 to 1813. Lord Minto. Not fixed. It depended on Court of Directors in London. Clear? Lord Minto, 1807 to 1813. Then seventh one is Lord Hastings for 10 years. Lord Hastings from 1813 to 1823 for 10 years. Wellesley, Wellesley, Lord Wellesley. Lord Hastings. Then eighth one is Lord Amherst, 1823 to 1828. Lord Amherst, Amherst, Lord Amherst. And the last Governor General of Bengal was Lord William Bentinck. Lord William Bentinck, 1828 to 1833. Lord William Bentinck. Don't have to memorize, don't worry. We'll be doing it in class itself. Clear? Lord William Bentinck, 1828 to 1833. Last Governor General of Bengal, Lord William Bentinck. Completed? Right. Lord William Bentinck. Again, I am telling you, don't force yourself to memorize. Just be with the classes. It will come in the class itself. Clear? Lord William Bentinck, 28 to 33. Eighth one, that is Lord Amherst, Amherst, Lord Amherst, 1823 to 28. Lord Amherst. Clear? Done? Now just understand here. Clear? In the year 1833, British Parliament enacted another Charter Act. This was known as Charter Act of 1833. And under the provisions of this Charter Act, Governor General of Bengal was given the right to look after entire administration of Bombay and Madras. And with this additional responsibility, the Governor General of Bengal came to be known as Governor General of India. Clear? Lord William Bentinck therefore became the last Governor General of Bengal and at the same time also became the first Governor General of India. This was the question last to last in prelims also. Clear? Charter Act of 1833, upgradation of Governor General of Bengal to Governor General of India. From here we'll have the list of Governor General of India. Clear? Right, next heading as the list of Governor General of India. The list of Governor Generals of India. Governor Generals of India. Clear? The first is Lord William Bentinck from 1833 to 1835. Lord William Bentinck for another 2 years. Clear? Lord William Bentinck. Second is Lord Auckland. Lord Auckland, 1835 to 1842. Lord Auckland. Third is Lord Ellenborough. Lord Ellenborough, 1842 to 1844, only for 2 years. They are very important ones. Ellenborough abolished slavery in India. Clear? Lord Ellenborough, Ellenboroughh. Lord Ellenborough. Fourth is Lord Hardinge, 1844 to 1848. Fifth is Lord Dalhousie, 1848 to 1850. 1856, and the last is Lord Canning. 1856 to 1858. The last Governor General of India, Lord Canning. Clear? C-A-N-N-I-N-G, Lord Canning. Lord Hardinge, H-A-R-D-I-N-G, Lord Hardinge. Lord Ellenborough, E-L-L-E-N-B-O-R-O-U-G-H. Fourth one is Lord Hardinge. He made English as compulsory for government service. The very important ones, clear? Lord Dalhousie, father of modern India, clear? And Lord Canning, he was the word there in mighty revolt of 1857, clear? Lord Canning. Just remember this. You don't have to remember. We'll be memorizing in the class itself. Don't have to do anything. Have this list, because we'll be referring this list off and on, so that things get memorized in the class itself. We'll be using that. Don't worry. You don't have to force yourself for anything. Clear? But I want this list with you. Clear? Lord Canning. It's clear? Now just understand one concept here. When Canning was the Governor General of India, at this time only, mighty revolt of 1857 took place, and after the mighty revolt, the political and administrative power of company was completely abolished. British Crown began to rule over India, and British Crown appointed his direct envoy to India. This direct representative of British Crown in India came to be designated as Viceroy in India. Clear? So when this officer acted on behalf of British Crown, he was known as Viceroy in India. Clear? But the same officer, when he looked after general administration, he was still continued to be known as Governor General of India. Clear? So both the titles were retained thereafter. Formally speaking, the person was to be known as Viceroy in India, but practically for administration, the officer was still to be known as Governor General of India. Lord Canning became the first Viceroy of India who began to act on behalf of British Crown within Indian territory. Clear? We'll come to Crown's rule separately from 1858 onwards. Clear? Which was done through Government of India Act 1858. Clear? Till this point it's clear. Clear? Till this point it's clear. Have this list with you, that's all. Clear? So in this way, North Bengal began to be ruled by an important officer, that is Governor General of Bengal, nominated and appointed by Court of Directors in London, and completely Bengal came under British East India Company's role. Clear? This was conquest of Bengal. Clear? So first major province which was conquered by British India was the province of Bengal, ultimately with regulating act of 1773. Clear? This was one political history. Clear? Apart from Bengal, some other provinces proved to be huge, rather largely challenging for the British, and after British, the next major challenging province for the British India was the province of Marathas in western and central part of India. We'll understand about the history of Marathas. They have a very rich history, very important these days, because off and on in news you hear about Marathas off and on, especially Shivaji, which has become very relevant these days. Clear? We'll come to the history of Marathas. Clear? Since medieval India has not been done, we'll understand from the beginning the brief genealogy, and then we'll want to discuss about Marathas in modern India from the mid of 18th century. Clear? Because if we directly start from mid 18th century, you won't be able to understand how Marathas were considered to be very powerful in nature. Clear? So we'll understand the history of Marathas briefly of medieval India, then we'll move on to discuss about Marathas from mid 18th century, from where the syllabus exactly starts. Clear? So coming to the history of the Marathas, just understand they are very powerful. Clear? The Marathas, the forts of Marathas has also been nominated by Ministry of Culture to be included in the World Heritage Sites. Clear? Because these forts on Western India are very important for Indian culture and heritage. Clear? Largely constructed by Marathas. Clear? Now understand about them. Clear? In medieval India, when Mughals were ruling from the region of Delhi and Agra, clear, some large provinces were established in Deccan and southern part of India. Clear? And in Deccan and South India, the largest province which was there in the 16th and 17th century, this largest province was Ahmednagar. Clear? Ahmednagar covered the following regions of Maharashtra, northern part of Karnataka, and large parts of even modern Madhya Pradesh. Clear? This large area was known as the state of Ahmednagar. Clear? And in the state of Ahmednagar, there was a very capable warrior named as Shahji Bhosle. Clear? Since he was a very capable warrior, clear, Shahji Bhosle was given an important region as Jagir by Ahmednagar ruler. This region was Pune. Clear? So Pune was given as Jagir to Shahji Bhosle as he was a very capable warrior in Ahmednagar state. Clear? But since Shahji Bhosle was highly committed officer, clear, he could not give due emphasis to his family life. Clear? In family life of Shahji Bhosle, there was his wife Jijabai and a minor son Shivaji. Clear? Since he could not give due attention to his domestic life, he transferred the revenue of Pune Jagir in favor of his wife Jijabai. Clear? And with revenue collected from Pune Jagir, Jijabai began to look after the upbringing of her son Shivaji. Clear? And Jijabai appointed a leading warrior of Western India as tutor of Shivaji. This person was Dadaji Kondadev. Clear? And from this person, Dadaji Kondadev, Shivaji learned the technique of guerrilla warfare. Clear? Guerrilla strategy is that strategy in which battles are not fought in plain ground. Clear? According to guerrilla strategy, enemies are attacked in surprise and the resources are snatched away. Clear? This strategy is important in Western India because plain grounds are not there in Western India. Western India is marked by rough topography and hills, and in this area guerrilla strategy can only work, and Shivaji became one of the greatest exponent of guerrilla warfare. Clear? And with guerrilla warfare, Shivaji started his career after the death of Dadaji Kondadev in 1647 when Shivaji was just 20 years old. Clear? So Shivaji started his career at the age of 20 years and established large Maratha kingdom with guerrilla warfare. Clear? And he gave challenge even to Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb for a longer period of time. Clear? This was the first ruler. So Maratha kingdom was founded and established by the greatest guerrilla warrior, and this guerrilla warrior was Shivaji, born in 1627, died in the year 1680 after establishing large Maratha kingdom in western and central part of India. Clear? When Shivaji died in 1680, just understand first. Clear? We'll write later on. Clear? Shivaji was succeeded by his son. This son of Shivaji was known as Sambhaji. Clear? And Sambhaji was not as powerful as Shivaji. Clear? Sambhaji could rule over Maratha kingdom only for 9 years, that is 1680 to 89. And while he was ruling, clear, Aurangzeb was informed that Sambhaji was trying to conspire against the Mughals. Clear? And on the orders of Aurangzeb, Sambhaji was publicly executed in the year 1689. Now real problem started in Marathas from here. Clear? When Sambhaji was assassinated on the orders of Aurangzeb, at this time Sambhaji had a minor son, just a child, and this son was named as Sahu. Aurangzeb took Sahu into his own custody. Clear? And Sahu went under Mughal custody, so no member was left to rule over Maratha kingdom. Under such circumstances, there was younger brother of Sambhaji. This person was named as Raja Ram. Clear? And Raja Ram began to rule over Maratha kingdom for another 11 years. Clear? So Sambhaji died, his son was taken into Mughal custody by Aurangzeb, and younger brother of Sambhaji, Raja Ram, began to rule. Raja Ram also died in 1700, and at the time of Raja Ram's death, clear, he also had a son, but he was again a child. Clear? This minor son of Sambhaji is named in Maratha history as Shivaji II, just to differentiate with Shivaji. Clear? And since Shivaji was just a minor child who could not rule, clear, on behalf of Shivaji II, his mother, that is widow of Raja Ram, began to rule over Maratha kingdom. This lady was named as Tarabai. Clear? And Tarabai ruled from 1700 till 1730. 31. Clear? Understand this chronology is very important, because if you read NCERTs all, they directly start with release of Sahu from Mughal captivity. Clear? You need to understand the entire history. Clear? So Shambhaji had a minor son, Sahu, who was in Mughal custody. His younger brother Raja Ram began to rule. When he died, he also had a minor son, Shivaji II. On behalf of this child, his mother, that is widow of Raja Ram, Tarabai, began to rule over Maratha kingdom. Clear? When all these developments were taking place, meanwhile, Aurangzeb died in 1707. Clear? And Aurangzeb was followed by a liberal monarch as the later Mughal emperor. This person was Bahadur Shah first. Clear? And Bahadur Shah first released Sahu from Mughal captivity. Clear? So Sahu was released by Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah first. When Sahu went to Maratha kingdom, Sahu was not accepted as ruler by Tarabai, because Tarabai wanted to ensure Maratha kingdom for her own son, that is Shivaji II. Clear? So conflict started between Sahu and Tarabai, Tarabai being the aunt of Sahu. Clear? And in this conflict, Sahu began to rule from Satara in modern Maharashtra, and Tarabai began to rule from Kolhapur, again located in Maharashtra. So two power centers got established in Maharashtra, that is Satara and Kolhapur. Clear? Sahu at this time wanted to improve his position. Clear? And Sahu also was not a very powerful one, remaining in Mughal custody for such a long time. Clear? In order to improve his position, Sahu at this time, clear, created a new post with all wide-ranging powers. Clear? And this post created by Sahu was that of Peshwa. Clear? Post of Peshwa was created. All powers were given to the Peshwa. Clear? And he appointed a leading Brahman as the first Peshwa. And this leading Brahman was Balaji Vishwanath. Clear? Do understand, Marathas are not of forward social origin. Clear? In fact, Shivaji could not commemorate himself, could not coronate himself as ruler till the end of his career. Clear? Because no Brahman was ready to give tilak on his forehead. Clear? Because Marathas are considered to be people from lower social origin. Clear? He brought a priest from Banaras known as Gaga Bhatt. Clear? And Gaga Bhatt gave tilak on his forehead in 1674 when he coronated himself at Rajgarh, and thereafter he took the title of Chhatrapati. Clear? So he also could not coronate at the beginning of his career. He coronated much later in 1674 at Rajgarh. Clear? In order to improve his position, to gain more legitimacy, Sahu wanted the support of leading Brahmins, because Brahmins were always respected in southern and western part of India, and that is why Sahu created a new post. This post was that of Peshwa, and appointed a leading Brahman, clear, as his Peshwa, who was highly respected. This Brahman was Balaji Vishwanath. Clear? So Balaji Vishwanath became the first Peshwa under Sahu. He was the Peshwa from 1713 to 24 7 years. He belonged to a family known as Konkanast Brahman family in Maharashtra. Clear? Peshwa was one. Clear? Balaji Vishwanath introduced several military reforms, improved the position of Sahu. Sahu had respect for Balaji Vishwanath. Balaji Vishwanath was in his advanced age, and he died in 1720. Out of respect for him, Sahu appointed his son to be the next Peshwa. Clear? And after Balaji Vishwanath, the next Peshwa was his son known as Baji Rao first. Clear? He was the Peshwa from 1720 to 40. Clear? Now Baji Rao first. Clear? He is considered to be the most important guerrilla warrior after Shivaji. Clear? And Baji Rao first, through guerrilla strategy, defeated Portuguese on Western India. Clear? He conquered an important fort from the Portuguese known as Fort of Janjira, located on the western side. Clear? Baji Rao first even expanded Maratha kingdom into regions of Malwa, Bundelkhand and Gujarat. Clear? And he was able to transform the kingdom into large empire. Clear? This was great contribution of Baji Rao first. Clear? He was also a diplomatic leader, and Baji Rao first convinced Tarabai to accept Sahu as legitimate ruler of entire Maratha kingdom. Clear? And under the diplomatic pressure of Baji Rao first, Tarabai accepted Sahu as the legitimate ruler of entire Maratha kingdom, and this was formalized through a treaty which is known as Treaty of Varna, which was signed in 1731 between Sahu and Tarabai. Varna is located near Pune, clear? And as per the Treaty of Varna, Sahu was accepted as ruler of entire Maratha kingdom. The rule of Tarabai came to an end. This credit goes to Bajirao first, that is the Peshwa, clear? When Bajirao first died in 1740, Sahu, having respect for this family, he made the post of Peshwa hereditary, clear? He appointed the son of Bajirao first to be the third Peshwa, and this third Peshwa was Balaji Bajirao, clear? Who ruled from 1740 to 1761. This was the third Peshwa, clear? From here the syllabus starts. Exactly why, clear? In the middle of 18th century, 1750, clear, Sahu and Balaji Bajirao signed a constitutional agreement which is known as Sangola Agreement, clear? And as per this agreement, Sahu gave all powers, formal and informal, to the Peshwa, and from here Peshwa became the ruler of Maratha kingdom. Power got transferred from Marathas to the Peshwas, clear? And even now, this tussle is there in Maharashtra between Peshwas and the Marathas, clear? Fadnavis is from Peshwa community, Shinde is from Maratha. Maharashtra politics is still decided by conflict between Marathas and the Peshwas. Marathas are warrior communities, Peshwas are Brahmins, clear? Look into the election manifesto being issued. It hardly depicts conflict between Marathas and the Peshwas, clear? So power got gradually transferred from Marathas to the Peshwas, Balaji Bajirao. This agreement is known as Sangola Agreement, which was signed exactly from where our syllabus starts, that is 1750 onwards, clear? This agreement is known as Sangola Agreement, clear? Once this agreement was signed, Balaji Bajirao became the de facto ruler of Maharashtra kingdom, clear? Balaji Bajirao wanted to continue with expansion plan done by his father Bajirao first, clear? Till Gujarat, Bajirao first has extended the control beyond Gujarat, clear? Balaji Bajirao wanted to extend, but beyond Gujarat, in the northwestern part of India, Balaji Bajirao defeated some Afghan warriors, clear? And these Afghan warriors were posted in the northwestern region by Iranian ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali, clear? And since he defeated Afghan warriors posted by Ahmad Shah Abdali, Abdali took it as a direct challenge, and Ahmad Shah Abdali came from Iran, directly challenged the Maratha forces, and that resulted into a major clash known as the Third Battle of Panipat on 14th of January 1761. Only a one-day affair, clear? And in this Third Battle of Panipat, clear, Maratha forces were led by the son of Balaji Bajirao, Vishwas Rao, and his cousin brother Sadashiv Rao Bhau, clear? And in this clash, Maratha forces were defeated. Both Vishwas Rao and Sadashiv Rao Bhau died, clear? And at the same time, it was a big setback for Balaji Bajirao, and just after a few days, Balaji Bajirao also died, clear? So ultimately, the Marathas' ambition of ruling the entire India got lost, clear? Even Afghans could not consolidate because Ahmad Shah Abdali returned back to Iran. Therefore, we get a question from here. Third Battle of Panipat did not decide who was to rule India, rather decided who was not to rule India, clear? Neither Marathas could rule India thereafter, nor Afghans could rule India. In fact, the real beneficiary of this battle was a third party, and this third party was British East India Company, because from here, British began to intervene into internal affairs of the Marathas. It's clear. The genealogy is clear. This comes under medieval history, clear? But you need to know the genealogy to understand how these developments began to take place. Who was? Tanaji. Tanaji later came in the battles, clear? We'll come to Tanaji. Nana Fadnavis, Tanaji, all of them. Shivaji's commander. See, there were many officers. Again, I'll let you know, clear? If you look into Shivaji's administration, I'll let you know, clear? He is remembered as a great administrator who established a concept of council of ministers, clear? And he appointed 8 ministers to look after different departments, and these 8 ministers were known as Ashtapradhan. Clear? Ashtapradhan was established by Shivaji. Clear? In which the post of Peshwa was also there, but Peshwa was not as prominent as here created. Clear? And officers under Ashtapradhan was Tanaji. There was the Angoji also. All these persons looked after secret departments. Even department of spy was established by Shivaji, known as Vakya Navis. Clear? So all these came under Ashtapradhan. Clear? So we'll come to Ashtapradhan when we discuss medieval history. Clear? Shivaji also began to collect two different types of taxes. This is known as Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. Clear? We'll come to taxes of Chauth and Sardeshmukhi that brought him into conflict with Aurangzeb. Chauth was the real bone of contention between Aurangzeb and Shivaji. We are not going to details as of now, but just understand the genealogy. That is more important. Wife of Rajaram, mother of Shivaji II. It's clear? Okay, right briefly, we'll come to them in medieval history laboratory, right briefly, clear? Right, about history of Marathas. The history of Marathas, very important one. The history of Marathas. So please repeat the chronology of Marathas. This is the chronology, starting with the first one. Clear? This is the chronology, then followed from here. Clear? Marathas. Clear? Right. A large Maratha kingdom. A large Maratha kingdom was established. A large Maratha kingdom was established in the 17th century. Was established in the 17th century by Shivaji. 17th century by Shivaji, who was the greatest guerrilla warrior, We come to his tutor, Dadaji Kondadev. Clear? And there's a very interesting thing. Jijabai appointed Dadaji Kondadev. Jijabai also appointed a very important person to give him a spiritual training also. Clear? And that spiritual leader was Samarth Ramdas. Clear? Samarth Ramdas was the spiritual tutor of Shivaji, who had written a very important work, Das Bodh, in Marathi language. Clear? And he belonged to Dharkari sect of Maharashtra Dharm. Maharashtra Dharm is divided into two sects, Varkari sect and Dharkari sect. Clear? Varkari sects are different, Dharkari sects are different. Clear? And Dharkari sect was Samarth Ramdas, who was also the tutor of Shivaji. Clear? Maharashtra Dharm is a very important development in Bhakti movement of medieval India. Clear? Very important temple is Pandharpur, known as Temple of Vithoba. Clear? Temple of Vithoba at Pandharpur. They are very important. Culturally, Maharashtra is very interesting. Clear? Maximum number of World Heritage sites also from single state of Maharashtra. Clear? So this has got rich Maratha history. Clear? So coming to this. Clear? Samarth Swami, we call him Samarth Swami, also we call him Samarth Ramdas. Samarth Ramdas was basically Maharashtra was wanted by Varkari sect known as Gyaneshwar. Gyaneshwar translated Bhagavad Gita into Marathi. Clear? And that is known as Bhavat Deepika. Bhavat Deepika is the Marathi version of Bhagavad Gita. And Gyaneshwar was followed by Namdev, Eknath, Tukaram. Clear? All of them are Varkari saints. Varkaris are those who believe in not indulging in worldly affairs, only in spiritualism. Dharkaris are those who indulge in worldly affairs. That is why Samarth Ramdas was the tutor of Shivaji. Samarth Ramdas is a Dharkari saint. All of them are Varkari saints. Varkari and Dharkari saints. Clear? That comes under Bhakti movement. Clear? Right from here. So Shivaji. Clear? Right. After the death of Shivaji, right, briefly about genealogy. After the death of Shivaji, his son Sambhaji could rule only for 9 years. Only for 9 years. As he was assassinated on the orders of Aurangzeb. Orders of Aurangzeb. Clear? Right. At the same time, the son of Sambhaji, this is important. At the same time, the son of Sambhaji, Sahu, was taken into Mughal custody, less than 12 years. Minor children are those whose age is less than 12 years. Clear? Okay, taken to Mughal custody. Clear? Custody. Right. Under such circumstances, clear? Younger brother of Sambhaji, Raja Ram began to rule over Maratha kingdom. Peacefully. Clear? Right. At the time of Raja Ram's death, natural death, he was not assassinated. At the time of Raja Ram's death, his minor son was Shivaji II. And Maratha kingdom began to be ruled by his wife. Tarabai. Clear? Tarabai. Change paragraph now. Clear? 1700 to 1731. Who will attack? Aurangzeb had died. Clear? Mughal emperors were weak rulers. Clear? And Maratha forces were still very strong in central and western part of India. Clear? So Mughal, in fact, rivalry was between Marathas and Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb died in 1707. Clear? Change paragraph. Clear? Right. Meanwhile, Aurangzeb died. Meaning of minor son. Minor son means son below the age of 12 years. Clear? Minor is basically defined as any person below the age of 12 years. Clear? Right. Meanwhile, Aurangzeb died in 1707 to be succeeded by 1707 to be succeeded by a liberal monarch. Bahadur Shah first. Liberal who was not strict, who was not fundamental like Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was very strict, very fundamentalist. Clear? He was quite liberal in approach. Clear? That's because of liberalism, he released Sahu. Clear? Liberal monarch. Clear? Right. He released Sahu from Mughal captivity. But Tarabai refused to accept. Sahu as legitimate ruler. Clear? That in order to improve his position, Sahu created the post of Peshwa. with all powers. Sahu created the post of Peshwa and appointed a leading Brahmin leading L-E-A-D-I-N-G, leading Brahmin Balaji Vishwanath. Leading Brahmin Balaji Vishwanath as his first Peshwa. Balaji Vishwanath as his first Peshwa. Clear? Tarabai. Clear? Sahu began to rule from another place known as Satara. Tarabai continued to rule from Kolhapur. Clear? We'll be discussing all this in detail in medieval history. Clear? But obviously Sahu was also a member of Shivaji's family. So some Sardars supported him. He started to rule from Satara. Tarabai from Kolhapur. Clear? Right, next. Clear? Balaji Vishwanath established large Maratha force. Balaji Vishwanath established large Maratha force, and even supported, it's very important, and even supported Mughal nobles, Sayyid brothers, Sayyid brothers, Abdullah Khan and Hussain Ali Khan. Even supported Mughal nobles, Sayyid brothers, Abdullah Khan and Hussain Ali Khan. Clear? Even supported Sayyid brothers against the Mughal Emperor, Farrukh Siyar. Against the Mughal Emperor, Farrukh Siyar. Bahadur Shah was followed by Jahandar Shah was followed by Farrukh Siyar. Clear? Right, very important. Right, at this time, Balaji Vishwanath even decided to replace the Mughals. He realized the weaknesses. Even decided to replace the Mughals in India, replaced the Mughals in India. However, just died after some time. Mughals in India. So Marathas had the potential of replacing Mughals also. Clear? Right, next paragraph. Right, after the death of Balaji Vishwanath, his son Baji Rao first became the next Peshwa. Very interesting personality. Many movies are made on him. Clear? Okay, Balaji became the next Peshwa, and he is considered to be the second greatest guerrilla warrior. After Shivaji. After Shivaji Maharaj. Clear? Second greatest guerrilla warrior. Clear? Right. He defeated the Portuguese. And annexed the regions of Malwa, Bundelkhand, Central India, annexed the regions of Malwa, Bundelkhand and Gujarat. Malwa, Bundelkhand and Central India, part of Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Clear? It's the entire Malwa plateau. Clear? Malwa, Bundelkhand in Central India again, and Gujarat in Western India. Malwa, Bundelkhand and Gujarat. Clear? Right. He convinced Tarabai to accept Sahu as to accept Sahu as ruler, to accept Sahu as ruler. That led to the Treaty of Varna. That led to the Treaty of Varna in 1731. That led to the Treaty of Varna in 1731. Sahu became the ruler of entire Maratha kingdom. Varna in 1731. Clear? Change paragraph again. Right, after the death of Bajirao first, comma, his son Balaji Bajirao. The post became hereditary. His son Balaji Bajirao became the third Peshwa. Balaji Bajirao became the third Peshwa. Clear? Right, in 1750, exactly in the mid of 18th century, in 1750, Sahu and Balaji Bajirao concluded Sangola Agreement. Concluded SANGOLA. Concluded Sangola Agreement, and all powers were given to the Peshwa. All powers were given to the Peshwa. Clear? Till this point. Now from here modern history starts. Clear? Till this point it's medieval part. Clear? Sangola Agreement, this is the time where syllabus starts from mid of 18th century. So we have to start from Balaji Bajirao. All these are parts of medieval Indian history. Clear? Now coming to the modern history part. Clear? Now let's understand, because family genealogy should be there in your mind. Clear? Balaji Bajirao became the de facto as well as the de jure ruler of entire Maratha Empire, wanted to extend further beyond Gujarat, because till Gujarat his father Bajirao first had already extended. Clear? And thereafter they brought into conflict with a very important Afghan ruler ruling over Iran, and this Afghan ruler was Ahmad Shah Abdali, who succeeded his master Nadir Shah in Iran. Clear? So Nadir Shah was also an Afghan ruling over Iran, and after the death of Nadir Shah, Ahmad Shah Abdali began to rule from Iran, and Ahmad Shah Abdali invaded India 5 times. Clear? He was a perpetual threat for India, and while attacking India, he took away several resources from Indian territory and even posted his military governors in northwestern part of India. Clear? In order to extend towards northwestern part of India, Balaji Bajirao defeated Afghan governors, and that was a direct challenge given to Ahmad Shah Abdali. Ahmad Shah Abdali returned back to India, challenged the Marathas, and that led to another clash known as the clash at Panipat, which is the third battle of Panipat, exactly on 14th of January 1761. Clear? Now we'll come to this, because this question has been asked in prelims also, but question was very different. Clear? Question was, why all empire shaking battles has been fought at Panipat. Clear? So the first line of the question was the very first question of GS paper 1. Clear? Third battle of Panipat took place on 14th of January 1761. Second part was, why all major empire shaking battles of Indian history has been fought at Panipat. We'll understand this perspective, why major empire shaking battles has been fought at Panipat only. Clear? Is it clear? You wanted to ask something? No. Gradual. Clear? It is voluntarily. Clear? Voluntarily, because Sahu by this time was on advanced age, and most of the work was anyway looked after by Peshwa. So it was just a formal agreement whereby the power which has already been transferred needs to be formalized. So just to give a formal recognition that by this time post of Sahu is coming to an end, Peshwa will be the ruler of entire Maratha kingdom, this agreement was signed. It is also known in Maratha history as constitutional agreement. Clear? So it was a kind of constitutional transfer of power through Sangola agreement, not forced, purely voluntary in nature. Please. Ransacking of Delhi. Nadir Shah, to a large extent, clear. Nadir Shah initially attacked India in 1739, clear. In 1739, the date was 13th of February, clear. And at that time, Mughal Emperor was Muhammad Shah, clear. He defeated Mughal forces in the battlefield of Karnal. It's also known as Battle of Karnal. Karnal is located in modern Haryana, clear. And Mughal forces were defeated, and Nadir Shah came up to Delhi, and from Delhi he took away two prized items from India. One was Kohinoor diamond, another was peacock throne of Shah Jahan. So he ransacked Delhi, no doubt, clear. And from there only it was realized Mughal Emperor was too weak, clear. Nadir Shah returned back, clear. When the death of Nadir Shah took place, his lieutenant took the charge of Iran, Ahmad Shah Abdali. Ahmad Shah Abdali reached up to Delhi, clear. He attacked India 5 times, clear. And just because of this, he took away very prized items from India again, clear. So Ahmad Shah Abdali and his master Nadir Shah, clear. Is it fine? No,
What all decided?
Treaty of Allahabad, it was basically that Tarabai will end her rule, clear, and at the same time Sahu will be taken as the legitimate ruler of entire Maharashtra, and at the same time huge amount of support would be given to her son, that is Shivaji II. Sahu accepted that, clear. He will be protected as a royal person and all privileges will be given to Shivaji II. Muhammad Ghori in medieval India, much back, clear. Muhammad Ghori invaded India in 1173 for the first time, clear. And at that time he was defeated by Solanki Rajput Bhima II, clear. He returned back. Then he again came back to India through Punjab, clear. And in Punjab he conquered the regions of Multan and Uch. That was the year 1178, and that brought him into conflict with another Rajput ruler, and that was Chauhan ruler Prithviraj Chauhan, clear. And that led to 2 battles between Prithviraj Chauhan and Muhammad Ghori. These are known as battles of Tarains. Battle of Tarains near Delhi, 1191, 1192. In the first Tarain, Muhammad Ghori was defeated. In the second battle of Tarain, Muhammad Ghori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan, clear. And this entire episode is mentioned in the first Hindi work, Prithviraj Raso, written by Chandbardai. It's the first Hindi work of Indian society, clear. Much earlier, in 12th century, medieval history, clear. We'll come to modern India, clear. So, Sangola agreement, from here Balaji Bajirao began to extend in northwestern side, brought him into conflict with Ahmad Shah Abdali, leading to third battle of Panipat, clear. We'll start from here tomorrow, clear. We'll start with modern history exactly from tomorrow, that is the third battle of Panipat. Why all empire-shaking battles has been fought at Panipat alone, clear. Yeah, see, first of all, there was a question asked, just online students, there was a question asked, just can you repeat the question from previous year? One question was asked from previous year. Online students, can you just show the question once again? Maybe later on, you can show me, clear? There was one question asked, clear? Okay. Okay, fine, clear. So we'll continue from here tomorrow, clear. Thank you.